sir? All right, we are like days away from our convention, you guys. I am so excited, right? Excited to see everyone. But tonight is our pod, and we have about, let's just give it a couple more minutes as we get more people to the call. We have an amazing closer tonight. We have amazing spotlights and amazing hosts for this evening. So
Hey,
welcome. Welcome, Mr.
let's go, Miss
JD.
Kimberly Howard.
Hello,
Let's
Mr.
go, Mr. Bentley.
Ramiro. Awesome.
Let's
Hello,
go.
Miss Felicia. I love it. I love that I'm seeing new faces here. That just means that we are growing. We are in a season of expansion, you guys. And it's so excited to be here with you guys tonight. Hello, Miss Marlena. Love to see your lovely face today. But Mr. Eric, welcome to the call. Miss um, Amanda, Miss
Let's
Michelle.
go, Nick.
Welcome, welcome, you guys. We will get started shortly. We will start about 5:05 because I don't see our host on yet. So, want to make sure that he is on. But if you don't see your business partners on, let them know. We're gonna have an amazing training. We're gonna have amazing spotlight. I already see Mr. Carolina suited and booted, ready to
Looking
go.
rather dapper,
Amazing.
sir. Rather dapper. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I love it. Man, you guys are amazing. All right, Miss Betty Hall. Hello, Miss Betty. Nice to see you on the call. All right, we're up to 20, you guys. Mr. Babatunde, awesome. How are you, sir?
Hello, Kimberly.
Miss Patricia, welcome to the call. Mr. KJ, welcome to the call. Awesome.
Thank you, Kim. How's it going?
I am amazing. Congratulations on your wins today, sir. And that's what we're about. We are a winning team, you guys. I love it here. So, I'm not sure if Mr. Nick is on, but we got a couple more
He's coming
minutes.
in. He's coming in. He's coming in.
Okay.
He's out the
Awesome.
country, by the way. So
Oh, wow.
He's logging in from Canada.
Oh, that is what you call dedication, right? For your business. Because remember, this is your business, you guys, right? So welcome, Miss Tammy, Mr. Nick Rios. Welcome to the call. I'm so excited for this evening. If you don't see your business partners on, just send them a quick text. Say, hey, we are getting started. You don't want to miss out. You know, you're going to have FOMO if you miss this meeting. Okay. You don't want to watch the recording. You want to watch it live and direct.
Right.
All right. We are at 5:04. I think we could stop the music now. Thank you, Miss Natalie. Amazing. Well, welcome, Supreme Team. And if this is your first time, put it on the chat. Hey, this is my first time. So welcome to the new people that are on this call. This is our Supreme Expansion meeting, right? This is our national meeting where we come together once a week where we celebrate each other's wins. We spotlight the amazing people that are doing things out on the field, but also you'll get some training tonight. So I am excited to be your intro person. But hey, we are a couple of days away from our convention. This is our 8th convention. 8 is my favorite number. It's also a lucky number. It's an infinite number. So you're here at the right time. Infinite possibilities, right, with your business. But I want to say kudos to you because, hey, It's 5 o'clock and you're here, right? You could be anywhere else, but because you chose to be an entrepreneur, you chose to show up for your business, how important that is. I just want to say kudos to you. So today we have an amazing lineup, and I want to introduce the host. He just joined us a couple of months ago, maybe like a month, right? But he is out on the field. He got licensed. He was new to the industry, and he is just killing it out there, right? Helping families. But I love his passion, him being so young. I'm like, man, I wish I was that young, right? Knowing about this industry, because I do see him become seven figure earner in this business. So, Mr. Rios, if you can come to the Zoom floor, right, he will be our host tonight. He is out of Texas. But look, he is sharp, ready to go. Love the tie, love the suit. I mean, our guys are killing it right now.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Nick, take it away.
Man, appreciate you, Miss Kim Howard, for giving me the introduction. Super excited about what we're going to discuss today. I don't even know if I want to jump into it just yet. But you know what? Actually, let's just jump right into it. I really want to kind of t today I want to take on, Monday I was talking about how Mr. Samal put me in that place. And one of the things that I noticed was from the very beginning of the week, from the 9 a.m. spark, we've been talking about this concept of purpose. And I feel like there's no better time as we're, preparing for convention that we continue to build on this concept of purpose, um, and focusing on your why. Um, so, I want you guys to take on this meeting. The questions are going to be kind of aligned to the idea of what it costs to be a boss. If you look at the definition of a pioneer, it's someone who is the first to explore and settle a new area. Someone who's willing to walk through life, willing to be bold enough to explore uncharted territory. Someone who's willing to walk through life ready to take on and carry the arrows that often get sent to us. So I really just want to continue to build on what Mr. Samad with some of these other leaders kind of honed us into at the start of this week. And let's just talk about what it costs to be a boss. So before we get into our amazing spotlight individuals today, we can kind of just go through some formalities and kind of give some highlights. So next slide, please. Next slide. I believe the next slide should be about how you should show up. All right, so like we always say, please turn on your cameras if possible. If you're driving, we understand. Continue to stay safe. Kindly mute yourself, your line when you're not talking, and dress for success. Show up for your business. Mr. Samad says it all the time. How you do one thing is how you do everything. And be prepared to take notes. Today is going to be special. I'm excited about it. Moving on to the next slide, we have a bunch of Supreme Team pod leaders. You're going to see yourself this list and expand as we go through time, but kind of going through, everyone, some leaders we have on the call. Mr. Suni Samad, Executive Business Director. I believe we got Mr. Hans Augustin, I believe he's on this call. Miss Princess Map, Miss Kim Howard. These are just giants in the field right now, along with some other individuals who you can reach out to. The information is there. Next slide. Okay, and then we have today's pod meeting flyer. So Miss Kim Howard started us off strong with the intro. I'll be your host today. Miss Marlena Smith is going to be doing the recognition. We'll have Miss Aida do the closer. Ooh, okay, I like that. And then our spotlights, we'll have Mr. Carolina as well as Miss Dallas. So super excited about this. Next slide. These are some of the trainings. This is kind of how we buy and purchase our belief, as well as sharpen our sword. I think Mr. Sumad mentioned how it's not game time when you show up to the appointment. It's what you do in the background. Same thing with sports. When you're in the off season, you're perfecting your craft. You're getting 1% better. This is how we do it. So make sure that if you're able to join, you're taking advantage of these leaders and their willingness to continue to build on the next generation of leaders. Next slide, please. This is just our Supreme University, our unique training calendar. To the left, as always, we have a couple of meetings that we do every single week at different times of the month. And then on the right side is, opportunities to invite individuals, whether that be recruits or, potential people we want to educate. Next slide. Okay, Ms. Marlena Smith, over to you for recognition.
Okay, guys, showtime. Great job, Nick, so far already. I'm excited for today's call. Hopefully, you guys are all excited. But everybody, new and old, please unmute your mics. Recognition is the time that we recognize our fellow Supreme family members and what they've done for the week. So this is for July 20th to July 26th. Cheer for them, clap, all the things, okay? So our entrepreneurs have one.
All right.
Let's go, Mr. Eric.
Congratulations.
Mr. Carolina.
Let's go, Sean.
Mr. Sean.
Let's go, Sean.
Let's go.
Good
job.
Awesome.
Love it.
Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
Great job, Sean.
Okay, Sean Hoyer gets a little extra.
All right.
All right, our next one, we got
Let's
Mr.
get it.
Let's
get it.
All
right,
Let's go.
Mr. Swisher. Let's go, Miss Jackson. Let's go.
All right.
Go, Miss Thompson. Let's get it. Audra, let's go.
Right, Miss Audra. Great job.
Okay.
Great job, guys.
Go, Mr. Hoyer. Let's get it.
Okay, Mr. Hoyer,
Submitted. Great job, guys.
Okay.
Go, Miss Jackson. Go. Go, Honor the Surge.
Let's
go, Miss Thompson. Let's get it. Swisher, let's
go, Miss Audra.
Let's go. Miss Christine, let's get it.
Great job.
Let's go.
Great job.
Awesome. Let's go, Mr. Taylor.
Let's go, Mr. Taylor.
Let's go.
Congratulations.
Awesome. All right, correct spinner.
Let's go, Miss Ari. Let's
do it.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's go,
Let's do it.
Let's
go, Mr. Up.
Let's go. Okay, Mrs.
Great job.
Okay,
guys.
who's
Who is registered?
Y'all in Dallas.
Next weekend in
week.
Dallas.
Countdown
Of
begins.
course, Mr.
Let's
Tony
go.
Y'all in
Let's
Scott.
Dallas.
go.
See you in Dallas. Let's
Come
go.
on,
Let's
come
go.
on,
I'll
come
see you
on,
in
Miss Kim
Dallas.
Howard, Miss
Yeah, my
Marlena.
Let's
Let's
go,
go,
Miss
Marlena.
Howard,
See
Miss
y'all
Let's do
in
it.
Marlena.
Dallas.
Let's
Let's do
go.
it.
Dallas.
Way to get ready.
Good job.
Way to get
Let's
ready.
go, Miss
Well, who I'm
Gabriella,
waiting
Miss
for.
Monica.
Let's go,
Our
Monica.
Yup.
beautiful
Let's
Got
go,
me in
Miss
Miss
there.
Gabriella,
Gabriella
Miss
and
Monica. Let's
Monica
go.
Let's go.
in Dallas.
Congratulations to you guys in Dallas.
We have
The
Mr.
Let's
and
go,
Baskervilles.
Baskerville.
Tennessee.
Baskerville.
Tennessee in the building. Let's go. See y'all in
Tennessee
Dallas.
in the building.
Let's go. Let's go.
Come on, Miss Shy
We
Coney.
have Miss Shy
Georgia
Coney
in the
and
Miss
building.
Cola.
Miss Cola.
Congratulations.
See you
All the
in
way from
Dallas.
PA. Let's
Good
go.
job.
Let's
Good
go.
job.
All
Princess
right.
Matt,
And
Miss
Mr.
Hawkins.
Miss Tyresha
Congratulations.
Hawkins. We'll see you
LA
guys
by way
in
of
Dallas.
Vegas. LA
Good
by
job,
way
y'all.
of
Can't wait to
Vegas.
see y'all.
Tyresha Hawkins. Let's go. See you in
All
Dallas.
right.
Let's go,
Miss
Miss
Sean
Let's
and
go, Miss
Miss
Christine.
Garraway. We'll see you guys in Dallas at convention.
Awesome.
Mr. Jamie,
Pam
Mr.
Let's go,
Kyrie.
Tammy from the East Coast.
Kyrie
Tammy
Jones.
from the
Tammy from the
East
East
We'll
Coast.
Coast.
see you guys
Let's do
Let's
it.
go, Kyrie.
convention.
Congratulations. See y'all in
Miss
Dallas.
Teddy
Let's go, Miss
Valentine
Teddy
and
Teddy.
Mr.
Valentine.
JC.
Let's
JC
go,
Teddy
Florence. See you in
JC, let's
Atlanta.
go.
Teddy Valentine.
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay,
Howard,
King
Let's go.
Howard.
Let's
Howard
go,
in the
Mr.
David
Howard.
Let's
Howard.
go,
Let's
wifey.
go, Miss
Let's go,
Carolina.
Brittany,
Let's
We'll
get it.
see you
Carolina.
guys in
Central.
Dallas.
Come on,
Let's
come on.
go. See you in Dallas.
Miss Sheila.
Sheila.
Sheila
Go,
from
Miss
Miss
Sheila.
Houston.
Sheila.
We'll see
Let's
you
go, Miss
Austin.
Let's
Michelle.
go,
Michelle.
Miss
I'm
Michelle.
so
Michelle
excited.
Austin,
Let's
New
do it.
Jersey.
Let's
See
do
you.
All
it.
Hey,
right,
let's
we have
go,
our
Let's
Miss
go,
amazing
Audra.
brother.
host,
Let's
Mr.
go.
Mr.
Rios.
Mr.
Nico
Rios.
Rios.
Let's
He's
go,
there,
Mr.
Miss
Miss
Mr.
Audra.
Audra.
Let's
Let's
get
go,
it.
All
Miss
right, Nick.
Audra.
I see
Italian.
you,
Do
Nick.
it.
Let's go. Let's
Kari,
go.
Nick.
King Big Sean and
Let's
Mr.
go,
Eddie
Miss
Wilson and
Denise.
Denise.
Mr.
All
Miss
right,
Denise
Purvi
Denise. Way to
Patel.
get
Let's
Wilson.
go.
registered.
Let's
See you in
go.
Dallas.
Yes,
Let's go,
you do
Miss
not want to
Purdy.
miss
See you
this
in Dallas.
convention. We have
Let's
Miss
go,
Aida
Miss
Close.
Aida.
Ramirez
Do it.
Let's go, Miss
Let's go, Miss
Aida.
Aida.
Let's
in
do
Let's
it.
go.
Dallas
Let's
with
go, Miss
us.
Anderson.
Great
See you
job,
in
guys.
Dallas, Dallas.
Let's go, Miss
Uh-huh.
Jules
Okay,
Collins.
okay.
Miss
Let's go,
Get
Juice.
it.
Carolina. Let's
Carolina.
go.
Get
Carolina.
it.
Yes, the Mr.
See you in
Easter
Dallas.
as
Thank
well. See you in
you.
Dallas.
Let's go.
All
Miss
right,
Jean
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 Santos.
Unfiltered
Santos.
and
Let's
Miss
go.
Coach.
Get it.
Let's
Mr.
get it.
Ridley,
Let's
you
go.
registered. So Mr. George Ridley,
Let's
not
go.
pictured, also
Let's go,
registered.
Spotlights.
So
Yes,
great
yes.
job,
Don't
George. I
forget
called him
Mr.
out last
Ridley.
week.
Mr. Ridley is
Registered. His
Let's
picture didn't make it, but
go.
I did confirm you are registered. So great job, sir. All right, I'm going to hand it back to our amazing host, Mr. Nick Rios, to take it back.
Okay. Appreciate it. I really appreciate and love this part of, I know we do it every week. I know we kind of see some of the same faces for conventions, and I think that a lot of the times it could start to feel when you're doing the same thing over and over a little bit mundane. But I appreciate how we don't change this aspect because I feel like as high achievers, a lot of the times we get used to not celebrating our wins. So definitely each time we do this, take the time to actually do it because it reflects in your business, how you show up for yourself. So I won't continue to speak. I'm just super excited and super blessed to be able to bring on our spotlighted guest business partners. We'll start with Miss Michelle Dallas. From what I'm hearing, she's following the system, doing what she needs to do in LinkedIn. 1, 2, 3, focusing on serving the platform. I'm just so blessed to be able to have a conversation with you. I have a couple questions that I want to ask you. How are you feeling today?
Thank you. I'm blessed as well to be speaking with you, Nicholas. I'm doing well. My pleasure. My pleasure to be here.
Okay, let's get into it. So the first question I have, remember, I want to kind of stick on this theme of what it costs to be a boss, right? And in my opinion, one of the things that it costs to be a boss is to have a vision that no one else understands. So what would you say is your goal within OIC, and what are some strategies you've implemented to ensure your personal success?
Yeah. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Okay. So being in on this platform, I would say recommitted. I have a vision to grow. Um, and with the help of leaders like Princess Map, Suni Samad, and seeing all of you here win alongside me, that also gives me the drive and the fuel to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And that's a newfound revelation for me that I'm just going deeper in there. I'm just going deeper in that, down that path, and just using the strategies that SUNY teaches, LinkedIn strategy, Hans teaches, and the Getting Started Right. Just leveraging the learning, the training, the mentorship. Princess has my back like crazy. I so appreciate her. When I need her, she's there. We're doing calls, LinkedIn three-way calls. We're doing our trainings. We're meeting weekly. So just leveraging again the powerful influence of the leaders and just taking that and duplicating that. So just following the playbook, that's the strategy. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. What would you say is one lesson you learned the hard way, whether it be in this space or just in life in general, that you wish you could pass on to the next generation of leaders?
One lesson I've learned the hard way.
Yeah.
One hard lesson I've learned that I would pass on. Is that what you said?
Yeah, you know how like when you growing up, your mom say don't touch the iron, and then you end up touching the iron. Now you learn the hard way. Now you tell your siblings, don't touch that iron. So what would you say is a hard lesson that you had to grow, whether it be in your personal life or just in this business that you feel would be really valuable to pass on to the next generation of leaders?
Yeah. I would say for me, just I guess in the business, right? Make sure I'm clear, right? In the business, when you're shown what to do, like when it's just you in your prayer closet, when it's just you spending a long time with God and He literally shows you what to do, take that and do it. That's
Mm,
where our faith and our works together shows submission to Him. Um, Shows that we love and respect and trust Him. So I think second guessing when you're told what to do is one of the worst things that you can do because it delays, right? It delays you. So I would say just following your discernment, following discernment and being obedient to what Abba Father God says to do, and don't delay, don't second guess, just go. Just go and
mm,
do it. I think
super
that was one of
dope.
the hardest lessons I've learned in this business and personally. So,
Mm.
yeah.
That's such an on-time word, I swear, because um, I feel like we're in a space right now where there's so much noise, not only in our minds, in the external world. Sometimes it's hard to navigate the whispers. And we don't even realize that sometimes it comes through someone else. Sometimes it comes through seeing someone on the street and you're reminded of a place that you never, Mr. Samad kind of talked about it a couple of days ago, trying to make sure that that lie doesn't become a truth. So that's what that made me think of. Um,
Mm.
can you tell me about a time? This will be the last question. Can you tell me about a time where maybe an opportunity, because it costs to be a boss, not everything goes the way that we envision, especially when you're a trailblazer. So can you just kind of tell me, this doesn't have to just be about the business. It could be about life in general, but can you tell me about a time where an appointment or an opportunity may have not gone the way that you envisioned? What did you learn from it? And what would you have done differently?
Yeah. Ah, hmm. I would say That's a good question. Um, I think overall, in general, you know how in sales we are taught that a no doesn't mean no. It might mean not right now. It might mean, to wait. There's a fear factor, maybe a lack of trust, of lack of human connection, relatability. And so you have to, I would say, reflecting and just taking time to realize, okay, that no is not a no. Let me try something else. Let me give it some space, give it some time, give some soft reminders, build relationship, um, and to break down whatever the barriers are. And then sometimes it's just maybe a person's not ready to do business with you. So I think just making that be like the foundation of my mindset going in. I may struggle um through to the yes, and that's okay because that's what builds the character, that's what builds the perseverance, that's what builds, getting to the finish line. Soon said one day, he said to fail forward. I was like, I like that. Fail fast, hard, fail the way you need to fail, but get up and keep going to the finish line. So I hope that answers your question, but
Yeah,
that's what's pressed
absolutely.
upon me to say. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's three things that we can control, right? Our perspective, our posture, and our praise. And I think that, by you sitting here, because I'll be honest, I'll just relate. I've been chasing that 3, 3, and 8 all month. And one of the things that I realized when I first started kind of recruiting was it's an art. It's an art. One of the hardest things to be able to communicate is a vision to someone who doesn't see what you see, right? And initially as I was kind of working through recruits, I kept asking why isn't this working? Why isn't this working? And instead of, like you said, kind of just shifting that perspective, because we control our perspective, our posture, our praise. It's kind of helped me to pivot in ways of saying, hey, if I am attracting recruits, that means I'm already operating from a level of where I need to be. It just might not be the right person. Um, so you kind of just got me thinking. I appreciate, your perspective. Thank you so much. Can we just kind of show some love to Miss Shelley?
Let's go, Miss
Before
Let's
we
Shelley.
move
go,
on.
Miss
Thank
Shelley.
you.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Great job.
Let's
Let's
go,
go.
Miss
All right,
Shelley.
Miss
Congratulations.
Shelley.
Let's
Uh,
do it.
All
Let's
right.
do it,
Dallas.
Miss
Yeah,
Shelley.
Good
appreciate
job.
it.
Thank you.
Nick
Let's
ain't
go.
holding no
Great
bars.
stuff.
I love it.
Okay. So we moving on to our next spotlighted guest, and I don't want to take too much more time from Miss Aida. But Mr. Eric Carolina, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. Doing blessed as
Nice.
well.
Nice to see you looking sharp, showing up for the business. I see the little dimple in the tie. I peep it. I peep it. I peep it.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
You're gonna get really excited seeing the different knots I do as well. And this is light work, so
Okay, okay. We're gonna see when it come to convention. We're gonna see.
yeah.
So I'm hearing you doing some great things. Passed your exam after a week. First off, I just want to show some love to that because that's determination, that's
Oh,
grit,
let's go.
that's heart.
Congratulations, Miss
Appreciate it.
Carolina.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Bossed up, recruited a new business partner.
Congratulations.
My brother
Got
is
more
just
on the
on
way.
fire. More on the way, bro. That kind of reminds me
Yeah.
of Kobe when they like, why you not smiling? You did this, this, and there. You going to the championship, job's not finished. Job's not finished.
Yeah.
So
It's not
moving
finished.
on to the questions. I kind of want to ask you two of the same questions, and then I have a personal question for you. So
Okay.
again, sticking to the theme of what it costs to be a boss, what would you say is your goal within OIC, and what are some strategies that you've currently implemented to ensure your personal success?
Well, it's a lofty goal, but the goal is to eventually be in a position to lead all of you. Um, some of the steps that I'm taking toward that is understanding or implementing in me and my wife's business the power of one. Sometimes in this business, we get caught up in trying to get an immense amount of numbers, uh, and, and it stifles a lot of us. But if you just focus on one at a time, then you realize the power of one leads to all of those other numbers and those other goals. So I'm implementing that. Also utilizing AI, and not being shy about stepping out and failing. Failing is part of the process. If you are apprehensive or feel like you're going to be in a position of always getting ready, you'll never move. And so I'm all about movement and I'm all about action. I played professional football, and you don't get to that level by being apprehensive. And so you always got to think that you're the best at what you do, but you also got to prepare for that as well. So these are some of the steps that I'm taking. And like I said, I do plan on climbing the ranks and hopefully leading all of you one day. And I know it sounds a bit grandiose, but trust and believe that I'm very capable of doing so.
We definitely believe that. Something that I kind of wrote down in my notes the other day was success starts with a vision. A vision strengthens through faith, and faith is built by action. So I totally believe, I think that a lot of us who are visionaries we sound crazy, but we sound normal to each other. So I just want to say you make sense. You make sense.
Amen.
What would you say is one hard lesson that you learned, in this space, you're an athlete, so whether it be on the field, your personal life, what would you say is a hard lesson you learned that you wish you could pass on to the next generation of leaders?
Um, Knowing exactly what it means to keep God first in all that you do. I know it sounds cliche because there's such a great amount of believers that's in this business here at OIC, but we hear it time and time again. Um, Taking every step, I mean, from praying to the business name, praying to when to file for your articles of operation, to making decisions on who it is that you're going to be meeting with, praying before those meetings, allowing God to really do his will in your life in relationship to this business is one hard lesson that I had to learn before I came over here. Um, Being able to accomplish as many goals and feats that I have, you get very reliant on your own abilities. And when you have talents and you have skills, but forget the one that gave them to you, you'll find yourself falling a long way down. And when you hit that ground, you hit that ground by yourself. And so realizing that uh, this strategy moving forward is coming back to a humble beginning and understanding that God is the one that directs every step and that you got to trust him through that process. So that I think that's the hardest lesson that I had to learn in this business. So as you see me progress rapidly, it's because I've been through the process before, but this time I do it with God and not just on my own abilities.
Amen. Amen. That's good, brother. I'm writing that down. I want to just kind of dive into you as a man, as a leader, your
I could barely
experiences.
hear you, brother.
Can you hear me now, brother?
Yeah,
You can hear me?
just a little bit
Okay.
better. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to kind of dive into you as a man, as a leader, as someone
Mhm.
who I'm sure a lot of people look up to you. Um, as a trailblazer, you know, when a trailblazer often requires you operating from the dark, right? If you kind of think back to your experiences growing up on the field, really just trying to grind and get after and chase your vision, how do you manage self-doubt as a man, especially in times when there isn't a roadmap to follow?
I don't allow self-doubt to ever creep up. I don't give it a place in my mind. I don't give it a place in my daily activities. If I begin to feel it whatsoever and it starts to consume me, I go to God. But I do what I can first before I feel like I need to rely upon anyone. Why? Because the way that I grew up in foster care where I had to fend for myself. So fending and providing for myself, I took a don't feel sorry for me type of attitude toward life. And so when it comes to self-doubt, um, I don't care how many times I fail, uh, I'm going to find a way to make something happen. It may not be ideal and it may not be what I originally envisioned, but I'm going to have some type of progress and give God the glory through it. I've been through a lot, like a lot of us have, but I don't use it as an excuse or a crutch for preventing me for what lies ahead. And sometimes, like I said, the biggest enemy is procrastination. Who cares about if you fail or not? Do what you can and rely on God to help you through the rest. Do what you can and rely on God to help you do the rest. Prepare yourself for eventual circumstances, because what we don't want to do is go out here and just mess people up when we're trying to protect their families. But if you've trained on it, then do it. Stop doubting yourself, because if you never get out in the water to try and swim, you'll always drown. Even on land, you'll suffocate. So for myself, that would be how I carry out that whole situation.
It's powerful, man. It's powerful, brother. I appreciate that perspective for sure. I want to just kind of thank you for just showing up for your business. Because you showing up, you don't realize that how much it might help another person. And I think we sometimes overlook that. But you've helped me today, so I appreciate it, sir. Thank you for your time.
Thank you guys for your time. I appreciate you guys.
Absolutely. Great testimonies and spotlights. Appreciate you, Mr. Carolina. Let's show him some love, you guys. This was amazing. This is amazing work. Listen, I'm excited. I'm ready to sign up all over again.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, brother.
Let's
God's
go,
grace,
Mr.
let's get it.
Carolina.
Let's get
Don't
it.
be quiet. Let's
Welcome
go.
to the team. Welcome to the
Let's go.
team, Mr. Carolina. Welcome to the team, sir.
Welcome
Give
in.
it a
Big
big
smile, Eric. Let's see that.
Absolutely.
Okay. I believe we will be now moving on to our closer, Miss Aida. I'm so excited to kind of hear, what she has, her perspectives. And I'm just gonna let her take it away. I know today's topic. First off, how are you, Miss Aida? How's your day going?
Busy. A good busy, always.
Good.
I'm doing well. I'm excited to meet everybody in person in Dallas. I've gotten to know the faces over Zoom, but in person, much better.
Yep, absolutely. I'm definitely looking forward to. It's crazy. This time next week we'll be having our first, I think, golf event tomorrow, technically.
Tomorrow.
So yeah, can't wait to see you guys. Um, let's kind of just jump right into it. I think today's topic, you're kind of talking about attitude of ownership. Um, let's get into it.
Well, and it's a special day because I wrote my first IUL with OIC today. Not my first IUL. I have a good number of them, but with OIC, it was my first
Let's
with
go.
with
Congratulations.
NLG.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Let's get it.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Congrats.
And I want to tell you a little bit about this client. She came from a couple of weeks ago. We had a really bad accident close to where I live, where there was two vehicles involved, and one of them was it just, as soon as they crashed, it just lit up on fire, and the driver was gone on the scene, and the passenger passed away in the hospital a few days later. The other vehicle contained a family, husband, wife, and two kids, and it turned out that the wife is someone that I was my client 12 years ago when I worked at a nonprofit helping with financial aid for college. I reconnected with her and asked her to take a look at some protection for their family because her husband was the only breadwinner and he was self-employed. So there's no type of coverage in the family. She told me that they were fine, that they were investing. And a couple of years later, she got pregnant, and I touched on the subject again with her and again said that they were fine. And now she's posting and reposting those GoFundMes. And it's so, normally I'm empowered, but this just feels like it takes the power away from being able to help a family after the fact. So I wrote a few sentences, put a few sentences together, and I sent it out about this situation, sent it out to people that I've spoken to about protecting their family. And this is where this client came from. She's like, you're right. I shouldn't put it off any longer. And she got it done really quick. We looked at her possibilities. We did her taxes, so I was able to see what her financial ability was. But she didn't think about it twice. So I want to think that something tragic brought something better, and the ability for me to help someone else, because it's like my hands are tied when it's after the fact, and yeah, I just don't have words for that. But today we are talking about ownership, and ownership not just on wait, let me see. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, we can
Yes,
see
ma'am.
that.
Presentation. Oh, okay. I think I just stopped it, right? Let me see here.
Yes, ma'am. You were sharing and then you stopped sharing. So reshare for us.
Reshare. You sure? Okay, so here we go. Start again. Man, it's like I'm new to this. I'm not new to this. There we go.
Got this.
Okay. So, yeah, so we're going to talk about building ownership for our business and our clients, because we're entrepreneurs and each of our business looks different. The first thing we need to build is trust. And this is some of the things that it's like you guys knew what I was going to talk about because you talked about this. What it costs to be a boss, Mr. Nicholas, especially when you're a trailblazer. And I'll tell you, most of my life I have felt like I'm swimming against the current, and my friends tell me that I'm not like everybody else. And as entrepreneurs, that's the way we're going to feel, because we're not trained to be entrepreneurs. We're trained to be followers, not leaders. So I think it's important to understand that this is a time. It's going to take time to build trust with people, especially people that have gone through and been taken advantage of before. So the relationship comes before the product. So I think Charlie said something about when a person is not ready to do business, it's difficult. So that's why it's important to build the relationship before trying to be build or have them get a policy or have them be a partner in the business. Before we talk anything life insurance or them being a client, or we want to know, they want them to feel understood, heard, first of all, but also respected, that their concerns and their needs are important. And like I said, there's no timeline. Some people will see the vision. We can't make them see what we see. Some people will see it right away. Other people, it will take time. I've had clients that after a year, they just reach out to me. It's like, okay, we're ready, out of nowhere. But if you keep moving forward and you keep faithful to your cause, your business, they will, you build it, they will come. They will, when they're ready. Some clients just need more time. They're taking what you've told them and they're comparing it to other things they're hearing, right? They're comparing what you, and I tell my clients, if you have any questions or you're doubting what I say, tell me. We're here to, I'm not perfect. I don't know everything. And if you ask me a question I don't know, I will find out. And then just understanding that the relationship starts at the beginning and it doesn't end when the policy is written. So when they're talking to you, just treat them as you would want to be treated. I don't go out to eat very much. When I go out to eat, the one thing that's really important to me is customer service, because I can feed myself at home. If I go out to eat, I want to be treated like they're happy to see me, like they care that I'm there, not that I'm just, see how much I'm going to leave them as a tip. So for us, it's the same. It's not just about how much are they going to pay on premium are they going to pay. It's making sure that they feel seen. We're present. We are able to answer their questions. And even if we're not able to answer their questions, that we come back with the answer to those questions. Make sure that they're clear and give people a space to trust us. Don't get upset if they're asking us questions. And like a lot of people will try you, right? See how many questions you can answer, how much you know. Don't let that upset you. Don't let that make you feel like, oh, they're not even going to get anything. They're just asking. No, just be patient. So the trust begins way before they're a client. If they don't trust you, they may never become a client. And then once they do become a client, they do get some type of protection for their family. It's also not the end. It's just the beginning of a long-term relationship, and how long you keep that relationship is up to you, because things change in people's lives. So right now I am doing annual reviews with my clients, and they are not like, well, what is this appointment for? I don't understand. Oh, I'm just checking back in to make sure that you know what policy you have, that you understand the benefits, that we make sure that your information is updated, that you don't, you know who your beneficiary is, that you want to keep that beneficiary if you want to make any changes. And they just seem like, oh, okay, that they don't get enough of that. They don't get enough. Once they buy something, car insurance, when does our car insurance agent call us to make sure that we have the right coverage, that we know what type of coverage we have? We don't want to be a car insurance agent, right? So follow through. Answer questions they haven't even answered because they don't know what they don't know. I tell my friends that I'm the yellow pages for people, because once they trust me, they don't trust me for everything, not just policies. And it's okay. It's okay. It takes some of my time, but it's okay, because I understand that trust is worth a lot. So again, ask yourself, do you want to be a sales agent or do you want to be a servicing agent? A sales agent just focuses on the transaction. It's a transactional thing. Or do you want to be someone that has a relationship with your client? Do you want to, they're not even done, you're not even done doing the application, you're already calculating what your commission is going to be? Or do you want to be someone that's ready for any questions that are coming? Do you move on? Policy's done, see you later? Or do you want to be someone that's doing annual reviews every year and having that person see that they They're not just a number, and having that person come back and refer someone else to you, a family member, a loved one, because if they trust you, they're going to send other clients to you. The difference is how the client feels. Like, how do I feel when I'm served and the plate is thrown in front of me, or if that person is really looking at me and understanding that I just, I'm here to have a meal, but I also want to be treated well. What makes me different? There's a lot of life insurance agents out there. What makes me different from other agents? You don't think people ask themselves that? Like, well, yeah, my sister has a friend that's a life insurance agent. Oh, my coworker's wife is a life insurance. What makes me different? It's like when you buy a car, when you buy anything, what makes you buy what you buy, where you buy it? So it's not just what you're selling. We have great products. We have a great agency, but then who are you to them? You're the agent on the ground. So it's how you serve them before and after the sale is complete. Do clients hear from us after the policy? I'm going to show you what I do to kind of keep myself in check, because we're busy. So I created a spreadsheet for myself to make sure that I'm making sure my clients hear from me. And do I make updates? Do I check in with them? Do I ask questions? Do I allow them to ask questions from me? Would they be confident? Will my clients refer me confidently to someone they love? So my business has doubled just by referrals. So I know that the answer to that question is yes. I have people messaging me out of the blue. So-and-so referred me to you to get a look at a life insurance policy. So yes, my clients are referring me. And I take this personally. My work, my business is my reputation. Anybody that knows me will tell you I take my work seriously, because my work speaks for me. It's my representation out there, outside of my home and out of my office. My work speaks for me. So our business and our reputation are reflected in the service that we give to our clients. In my practice company, I had a client that had an NLG policy, went to Mexico for the holidays, and she fell and broke her back. And we started the process together. I called NLG for her. She called me to cancel the policy because she's like, I'm not going to be able to pay. I'm stuck in bed. I don't know when I'm going to be back. We called NLG, and NLG, my first biggest concern was, is she going to be able to file this claim because she's in Mexico? This happened in Mexico. And they said yes. So we started the process. During that time, it took, I don't know how long they normally take, but she still hasn't gotten paid at this point. She's at the last parts of it. This was in November. And so between then and now, I moved, obviously, agencies, and I didn't have access to her policy for a while. So she called the other agent that I was split on, and that agent told her, Aida's not here anymore. I'm sorry, I can't help you. So in my mind, that person is in the wrong business, because it doesn't matter if I'm not there. You were split on that policy. You were the other agent. That's why she called you, and you should be able to help her. Even though she's my friend, she was the other agent. And it makes my blood boil. This is someone that broke her back and was, it's a big deal in people's lives. And her getting paid is a big deal as well, because she wasn't able to work for a long time, and her parents were helping her through that whole time. So ask yourself what kind of agent you want to be. What kind of person do you want people to know you that way? Like, every time, if I actually ran into her and the other agent at a networking event, and now I have this perception of her. Like, you're in the wrong business, lady. Anyways, Service protects more than the policy. So it protects the client relationship. If you give them good service, they're going to be a client for life. When people tell me, oh yeah, well, when people stop, they let go of the policies, like I don't even worry about that. I don't worry about me having to owe money because people let go of their policy. That's not a thing for my clients, because I do the work to establish that relationship. I check in with them. I make sure that they understand. So in my check-ins, we go over the policy again. Some of my clients don't want to make an appointment, and I ask them, okay, well, I know you have a policy. Do you know what kind of policy you have? Well, what do you mean? I'm like, when you got the policy, we went over what type of policy, your coverage and everything. Do you know what type of policy you have? And they're like, no. This is why we need to go over this, right? We need to go over this because I want to make sure that you know what type of policy you have. Any updates in their life that could change. If they're getting married, do they need more coverage, things like that, and be an advocate for them. When I was helping my client file that claim, that living benefits claim, halfway through, before I left that agency, they told me, I don't think that we're going to be able to process this because she's in Mexico. I'm like, excuse me? No. We talked about this. That was the first thing I asked when I called in, and I was told that she could file the claim. So you know what? I need to speak to your supervisor. They put me on hold, came back and said, no, yeah, we're gonna process it. I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought. So be the advocate for your clients, because they don't know. They're so used to being told no. They're so used to be taken advantage of. I paid all these years and I get nothing. So we know, or at least we should know. If we don't know, go to Sudi. He'll know. He'll tell you. But I wanted to show a big thing for me. I always want to be a teacher. And once I had the opportunity, I was like, no, I'm not going to be a teacher. But I kind of do teach, right? One of the things that is big for me is not just telling people to do things, but showing them. So if I'm able to, I would like to share my spreadsheet. Can you guys see the spreadsheet? I don't know if you'll be able to see the spreadsheet. Let me see if I can stop share and then reshare.
No.
No? Okay. It's a
Just
cool
stop.
spreadsheet. I'm proud of it. So I wanna share because I think
while you look up the spreadsheet, I just wanted to share. Is it okay if I share something relevant to
Yeah,
what you're talking about?
of course,
Um,
yes.
Yesterday I had an appointment with a young man who's 22 years old, and he bought himself a National Life Group insurance 3 years ago, right when he, had turned about 19. And he hadn't spoken to his agent for 3 years, and he had no idea what he had. He had no idea what he had or how it was supposed to grow for him. So he was completely lost. And so now I'm going to actually have him complete. He has decided to complete a form so I can become his agent of record. And even if I'm not going to get that commission, right, I'm still going to be able to serve him. And he now asked if I can meet with his girlfriend and his dad. So yeah, it's very
Yeah.
valuable information what you're sharing.
So that's what I've had to do with all of my clients, 30 some clients, is I'll have them all fill out an agent change form so that then I can see their policies. Yeah. I mean,
Yes.
for some of them was the agent, for some of them I wasn't. But so this is my spreadsheet. So can you guys see it now?
Yep, we
Yes,
can see it.
Yeah, okay. So name of the owner and then the insured. And then what language, because if I'm going to get an assistant one day, which I have kind of got an assistant, she needs to know what language they speak before she calls them. Their phone number. So this is my information, email, their policy number, the date that it was submitted, and then the date that it was accepted, issued, and then their status. So if they ever become pending lapse, so I kind of go through and review my policies once a month, not active. And then the company so I have like the main companies that I use. I can add more, what type of product they have, so that when I call them, I'm not like, yeah, what kind of policy do you? I already know what they have, right? I know what I'm doing. the amount of their policy. So when we do the annual review, maybe we can review that. So this is the part that has helped me a lot with my clients. Once we do the policy, the next day or two, I will send them a text thanking them for trusting me with something so important and congratulating them for taking this step. So I make a note, I check that and I put the date that I sent them the text. So I have the date that the policy was written, and now I have the date that I sent that text. Then once the policy is approved, I sent them an email saying, your policy has been approved. Your monthly payment is this. For NLG, you get to choose the date that you want your payment to come out. So I'll tell them, remember that this amount is coming out on this day of the month every month. And then I send them the living benefits flyer for NLG. Depending on the company, I'll send them attachments to it. And so then after that, I make sure that they have access to the app or the website for their policy, so they know where to access it. So I indicate there, yes, I make sure that they have access to it. And then, like I will send them a piece of mail for their birthday or for the holidays, a holiday card. And so I make a note on here what type of mail I sent them. So because like right now, life insurance clients, I have probably close to 100 or more. I can't remember. I have over 150 tax clients. So this is very helpful to me. I don't know if you can see the bottom this is a copy. My real one is full. And then my tax clients down here as well. And then I also keep track of my prospects, people that I've already spoken to, and I haven't needed to use that in a while because I'm busy already. But I think that I had maybe one more slide. But I think we can end it there. The other slide just has I think for me, the first impression is important, right? So also how you're remembered, not so much the first impression, not necessarily just the first impression, but how you're remembered. Somebody told me one time, that when you walk into a room, people notice. Like, what do you mean? I don't understand. Confidence is shown. I am confident in what I do, not because I know everything, but because I know I will do the work to know what I need to know. So sell with confidence, serve with consistency. People feel this. So if you're not confident, they won't feel confident letting you manage their policies. We own the client experience. Sometimes, a lot of the times in my case, this is the first time a client has had any conversations about life insurance. So they're going to remember that person they had that first conversation with. So we treat every interaction as this is representing me, right? This conversation represents me. This appointment with this client is representing me and my business, and I take it very seriously. So I thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my work. I'm very passionate. Anything that I do in my life, I'm very passionate about. So
Let's
thank you.
give let's just show a lot of love to
Let's
Miss
get it,
Aida.
Miss.
Let's go.
Let's
Let's
get
go,
it,
Miss
Miss.
Aida.
All right, let's get it.
Great
Awesome,
Love it.
awesome.
Love it.
Loved it.
Love
Yeah.
it. Let's
I
get it.
just want to say there was so many gems that I was able to pull. I'm gonna kind of open it up to the floor, but a couple of things that I just right off bat, it's not what you sell, it's how you serve. Taking it personally. My therapist tells me, she asks me a lot of the times when I'm dealing with difficult situations, difficult seasons, she asks me, who do you want to be today? How do you want to show up? And, you really made me think about this concept of decisions. Each day you have a decision. I wrote down each day is filled with many decisions that you have to make. Do I go to the gym? Do I show up for my business? Do I continue to fight in what I believe in? Taking it personally, as you kind of mentioned, it really made me think about um, when you actually care, how you treat opportunities and decisions, um, and how you treat it as if it's your last. I just love that fighter's mentality in you. So I appreciate you for kind of bringing that out. I'll open the floor. I know we have, about 20 minutes or so until $1 Million Baby. Any thoughts? Anyone, anybody did anything resonate with anyone on the call today? Please just feel free to unmute and kind of speak up on.
I want to ask something really quickly. One of the things that I enjoyed about this call, Ms. Ramirez, your presentation, Mr. Rios, you hosting, Mr. Carolina, and Miss Shelley Davis. I'm going to tell you guys are actually an answer to prayers. The reason why I say that is because it's more important that we see you guys in development. What that means is that I know this business works. You guys are proof to me that the business works. Miss Ida, the presentation you just gave added a tremendous amount of value, first of all, because it's coming from a place of you did the work. Mr. Rios, you showed up and hosted in excellent fashion. And to me, it just tells me that the business worked. Matter of fact, it tells me go build even bigger, because the framework of some of you guys in the heart of Mr. Carolina saying, hey, I am who I am and I'm here to win. And I love it. I love it, which means that Miss Dallas, you are not discounted in any way. So what I picked up from the call was that this was the first time that it didn't need to be me, and I can take notes of value from each and one of you guys. So I was like, thank God, thank God, thank God, and thank God again, because we're only going to get even larger, because the vision was never for us to be able to hold the reins. The vision was how many more other people can show up and add value. And you guys did it in excellent fashion in every way possible. To see you guys leverage this space and kill it, I just wanted to say congratulations as a leader. It gave my heart another level of fulfillment to say, go build bigger, go build bigger, and leverage the framework of smart people like you guys to say, yes, the vision is not only possible, but it's actually happening. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. And I just love the way that you guys held your own, and you guys are exactly who you are, the person that God made you to be, but you now can add more value to whatever community that you choose to be a part of and build as large of a vision that you choose to build. So I'm going to pass the call to the other leaders because I want to turn into a pastor. So
I have a question from the amazing Mr. Carolina. I love your responses. Yes, I can share the why create your own when you can use mine and make it your own. I can share my spreadsheet with you. Just email me. I put my email in there. The chat.
Anyone else? Any other thoughts, perspectives, things that might have resonated with folks on this call?
I just wanted to say this really quick before we get out of here. I've been observing and watching from the background for quite some time now. I told my wife I was pretty much apprehensive about coming on board. I talked to Mr. Suni, and we had a phenomenal conversation in Vallejo at my cousin Kim's event. And I'm at this place now where there is no more second guessing how this plan is going to go. And to have people who have a genuine focus on the community and actually have different strategies on how each individual can accomplish getting inside of their community and actually having progress is something that I was missing being a part of this initially in a different organization. However, Um, the energy and the type of posture that I bring, I don't want anybody to misconstrue that I'm just this Scrooge McDuck type of guy. I'm very hilarious and comical. Um, but when I'm down to business, I want to make sure that everybody sees what it looks like to pursue your dream, and to pursue your goals with such a tenacity that you don't leave nothing on the table. We're all going to live this life one time, and we've all spent enough time not getting to where we need to be at. And so, as we move and walk this thing down together, I'm excited to be here with you guys, and I'm excited to see each and every one of you grow. And all of the advice and information that you guys give to help me grow, because being a part of something that has a very fresh beginning is very rare. You get to really help build the personality and culture of this business. And we get to really make noise now all the way through as we grow. And I can't say that I have a better group of people to do that with, especially knowing that all of you and the majority of you love God the way that you do. So I'm excited, and I just thank each and every one of you for embracing me, and just be prepared. Y'all gonna see some things.
Welcome, brother. Welcome, man. We honored to have you, sir. Honored to have you.
Appreciate that, Mr. Carolina. We still have some time if anyone wants to kind of speak up on some things that might have resonated and struck them during this call.
Hello, Mr. Nick, Miss Aida. Thank you for that. And just kind of piggybacking what Han says, it's amazing to see like you guys do this, right? It's amazing to see what God is doing in this room. Like we were all placed here, not by accident, right? Because we all came from different industries. We came from different companies, but it feels right being here with you guys. Just listening to Miss Aida's training is where, hey, in the other places I've been in, they've been very transactional. It wasn't about the client. It was more about, okay, how much can I make off of this client, right? And what I love about Miss Aida's training is like, hey, we need to listen to our clients. We need to be a servicing agent, right, to them, because when we go out there and we serve our communities, right, that changes everything. Doors open, things happen, right, because we're here serving the platform, we're here serving our clients, but just seeing everyone being in alignment, right? So we prayed about this before, and I just feel like everyone is such in an alignment with this team, and it's amazing to see how we've grown in the last 2 years, okay? Because we've only been here for like 2 years. So I'm just excited what God has in store for all of us. And I appreciate the leadership here on this call, Mr. Suni Samad, Hans, Princess Matt, Marlena, all the leaders on this platform, because you guys just here saying, yes, I will serve. Yes, I will host. Yes, I will train. Because, it was on us. We were like, who's going to train now? But did you know that we do have a pre-meeting to actually say who's going to train? Okay. So we actually prepare before this meeting happens, and we see you guys. And that's why I love this meeting, because you have a voice here. From the newest person that just joined yesterday, right? From someone who's been in the industry for 20 years, it does not matter, because God gave us a gift, as Mr. Carolina says, and here we can use our gifts. And that's why, hey, if we ask you to train or host or whatever it is, right? Serve, serve. And so I appreciate all of you guys for serving today, and let's just keep growing and keep building and empowering one another, right? Um, and I can't wait to see all of you next week.
Yeah, I think that yes, the other place I was at was not for me. I just didn't fit there. And some time ago, I decided that I was going to stop apologizing for who I am because I do things from a place of caring, and I still can't say that I'm a sales agent because I don't feel like I'm selling. I feel like I'm helping. I've never wanted to be a salesperson. It's not my thing. My thing is to help people. And in this field, I'm doing both. I am a sales agent, which I've had to accept, but I'm doing it because I care and because I know a lot of people in my community have been taken advantage of because they don't know. And even me, the first policy I ever bought was someone that knocked on my door and I never saw again. And being in this business, like I know what that feels like. Like I can't believe I did that. I bought a policy from someone that knocked on my door that I didn't know. But that's why it's important for us to go out there and to bring clients to us to help them trust us so that they're not having to buy a policy from someone they're never going to see or hear from again.
Just a heart of gold.
I'll share a few takeaways. Great call, you guys. Love how everybody showed up tonight. This has been a vision of ours, day one. It's coming into fruition. We are attracting some amazing people. Aida, thank you so much for closing all the spotlights. Nico, great hosting on the spot, out of Canada, out of the country, right? Miss Shelley, I see you growing just right in front of our eyes. Eric, couldn't wait for you to get here, brother. Happy. I'm super excited that you feel like this is home, because a lot of times strength is misinterpreted. Confidence is misinterpreted. And sometimes I was telling Nick the other day, I said, Nick, I'm an incredible. You're an incredible. Y'all ever seen the movie The Incredibles, where they got superpowers, but when they're out in the world, they have to dummy down their superpowers, right? Because they know they're going to be misunderstood. I want you guys to all know we some incredibles. And I want you to own it, because to the capacity that you own it will be the capacity that things start to come into fruition. Somebody else talked to me today. Who was talking to me today? Oh, Little Princess. Little Princess Map. She called me. She gave me her testimony. I mean, I was emotional. I couldn't even talk to her because she didn't realize how much of a joy she brought to me. And I told her, own it. The best advice I can give to you is own that light, right? Own that thing that made you feel ostracized and different until you got here, right? Because now that you're here, right, you're in a safe space to unveil, right? And be who you are. Stop running from yourself. So here's the thing. Aida, some of my takeaways, listen, so many notes, but one of the biggest things that you talked about in the undertone of everything everybody's talking about, you guys, is belief. People don't buy the product. They buy our belief in the product first. And this is why having a strong mission is so important, right? And being tied to a strong mission. And this is why this group, when we come here, we're knocking on y'all door and sending y'all text messages and calling at the last minute saying, hey, you got to be here, because we know that you may think that it's the knowledge or the skill set that's selling the policy. But I promise you, if your belief level can go from a 4 to an 8, and then you show up to the appointment, the client's going to buy your belief level first before they buy the actual information. And so that's what's so powerful about what she's talking about. And then she said, hey, she said, we own the client's experience. Oh man, that was amazing. She said, we own the client's experience. And why is that so key? Because you guys, write this down. We sell an intangible product. You don't get a green one, a blue one, a red one, or a black one. There's nothing to show a client, right? So what do they really buy into? They buy into those intangibles that you bring to the appointment, right? And so she's saying, hey, I'm here to serve, and I'm here to serve relentlessly, right? She said, I'll listen to you even if you're criticizing me, right? Because I know you just don't know what you don't know, right? So I don't got to get upset that you're challenging me with questions and things of that nature. You know what? I'm going to just deal with you with a little bit of grace, right? And it's that grace that's going to make you say, you know what? Let's do a second appointment, right? She talked about coming in and serving clients, and Gabriella chimed in and said, hey, I'm serving clients that I'm not getting a commission on, right? But I beg to differ because commission comes in different shapes and sizes. Commission is not monetary all the time. Did you guys know that the cheapest part of you is your money? The cheapest part of us is our money. That's why we say, hey, our first 5 years, you guys, we don't own none of the commissions. We put it all back into the team. We put it all back into the mission. You don't own it. You're just a steward, right? To serving your purpose and to the capacity that you serve, right? The more abundant you will be in this space. And so I love the tone of this call, you guys. I'm super full. Man, this was such an amazing call. I got 2 pages of notes. Great intro too, Kim, by the way. Good to hear your energy, right? Carrying the tone at the beginning, right? You guys are amazing. So I'm going to turn it back over to you, Nico. But that's all I wanted to share.
Yeah, whenever Suni Samad speaks, I get my notes, bro. Like I'm rushing. So, we have a couple more minutes left. I don't know if anyone else wants to.
Good evening, Miss Princess. I'm sorry, I'm a little tired. Been driving, but I cannot get off this call without just commending all of you. It was pretty amazing to experience and witness. When I first met Mr. Eric, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if he's talked to Suni yet. These 2 guys in the room, it's gonna be an explosion. And of course, you, Mr. Nick, man, I tell you, if there was any better word for a smooth operator, okay, and you, I mean, just transitioning and speaking to each person and the input that you gave on this call with everything and everyone was just superb. Keep up the great work. You are so much more than you even know. You know, I witness it on a daily basis. I can't wait to see all the diamonds shining in your crown. And thank you, Miss Aida, that I need those slides. Slide those slides. But everyone, and Miss Dallas, I'm so proud of you. You know, from day one, you've definitely have been growing, and I'm taking notes on a regular basis myself. But thank you, everyone, and keep up the great work. If I missed anyone, please forgive me. And Kimberly, thank you as well. But God bless you guys.
Okay, I think if any last brave individuals who want to speak up, make sure their voice is heard before we kind of transition into $1 Million Baby.
I think my brother KJ has something to say.
KJ,
I mean, sure. I'll speak up a little bit. I'm trying to keep it down. I don't want y'all hearing, the bat wheels in the background. My son is watching Netflix at the moment. I just want to resonate with everybody else said. It's an honor to be a part of this team, right? Like Mr. Samad just said, we all have been in the spaces where, our gift wasn't really appreciated, right? But we all come. Yeah, I'm gonna try my best. Nico. But no, yeah, we've all been in those spaces where our gift wasn't appreciated, right? So being here with like-minded individuals where we can really be ourselves, bring our full selves to the platform, every part about us, right? Be fearless about what we're passionate about. It's truly a blessing. So I'm honored to be here. I don't, want to take for granted any second that we're here. And I'm looking forward to seeing all y'all next week in Dallas. It's going to be a fun time. I'm ready to swing some golf clubs, gain some knowledge, and just network and connect with my OIC Supreme Team family. But yeah, that's all I got, Mr. Samad. Thank you for putting me on the spot.
Love you, brother.
Okay. It's been an honor to host today's call. We had a lot of discussion, and I'm just super amped about what we're building onto each day that goes by until convention. It's truly incredible. And I'm just really challenging you guys to not be to own your gift, own your gift, own your gift. So love you guys, appreciate y'all for your time. And let's just go be great. Thank you guys.
Peace, peace.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, brother.
Great number, baby. Great
Thank
call,
you.
everybody.
Thank you.
See y'all on the
Nick.
next one.
Have a good one.
Yeah, on the next one.